super tight, but it looks like it almost melts right. Watch, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, it'll hop around their hand. It won't come off that way, it won't come off the back, and it won't come off the front. With a little bit of rubbing, it almost looks like it melts right through. Can actually bite them together, but at the same time, I can also bite them up, and it goes right to the top. On 5 of my favorite elastic tricks of all time. Alright guys, so here is a very quick tutorial on 5 of my favorite elastic tricks of all time, and these are killer tricks that get some of the best reactions I've ever seen, and I've been doing this for 8 years, so you know they're going to be good. So we're going to start with the first one. We're going to jump right into it, where you take the elastic, you're going to tie it around your finger, you're going to make it super tight, but it looks like it almost melts right through, which looks pretty cool. This trick has been around for a little while. I can't exactly remember who made it, but essentially what you're doing is you're going to hold the elastic between your 2 fingers like this. Hopefully everything can be seen all right against the black table, considering I'm using a black elastics. But if I take it, you're going to put your thumb, so you're going to hold it. I'm holding it in my right hand, so hopefully this over-the-shoulder shot helps for you guys. But if I take it, you're going to bring your thumb in from this side, and you're going to bring it through the middle of the elastic, in which you're going to pull back. So you're going to get this kind of triangle shape going on here. And then you're going to bring your, what I normally use is my middle finger, so if you were to kind of go like this, you're going to bring it around, and you're going to grab the side that's kind of facing you, this back side, and you're going to bring it over. So you're going to cross it over like this. So you're going to bring it over this side. So when you bring it over, what you're going to do now is you're going to kind of pull down on it, just like this, and you're going to take your thumb, and right here, you're going to put pressure on this part of the elastic in the triangle, and then you're going to pull it up, and it's basically going to knot it to the back of your thumb. And if I just push it through, it'll flick right off, and I'll end up losing the elastic. So I'll show you that again. So essentially what you do is you take it, you're going to pull it out, make a bit of a triangle, you're going to bring your middle finger over, you can use your pointer finger too, but I normally use my middle finger. You're going to pull it all the way back, and then you're going to bring your thumb, and you're going to connect it right around here to the inside of this triangle, and you're going to make it super tight. And all I ever do as soon as I put it here is I let go of it while I keep my hand kind of in this, my middle finger through this loop, so that way I know it's going to knot properly. And then all you're doing is you're going to loosen it up, and essentially when you grab it like this with both your fingers to bring it down, and the second you push down, it's going to loosen it up, and it's going to allow it to pull right through your thumb. So in full motion it kind of looks something like this. It's super tight, and you can make it look like it melts right through, which is pretty cool. So the second trick I'm going to show you guys is one that I do a lot for kids and things like that. If you want to kind of get hands-on with people, what you're going to do is if I take the elastic, I'd have somebody hold out their hand, and I would go, watch, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, it'll hop around their hand, which is pretty cool. So normally I'd grab the spectator's hand, and I'd go 1, 2, 3, and it would hop right through. This is going to be a little more challenging, so you may have to watch this a couple times to get a good understanding of it. But essentially, if I take the elastic, all I'm really doing is I'm going to come over like this, and I'm going to basically take my hands and invert them like this. I'm going to grab the elastic, and I'm going to pull it out, and then I'm going to turn it. But while I'm turning it, I'm going to bring my hand back around like this. So you're going to end up with what looks like this on the back side of your hand. So again, you're going to kind of go like this, grab the elastic, pull back, and turn both of them at the same time. And then you're going to get this kind of cross in the middle, in which you're going to bring it to your thumb, and you're going to pinch it with your thumb, in which you're going to loop it back around, and you're going to bring it around your hand like this. Now that's going to be kind of hard to follow, I know, so I'm going to do this again and hopefully explain it a little better for you guys. So essentially you're going to do the back-to-back, grab the elastic, you're going to pull it out, you're going to turn it, as you turn your hand over, you're going to pinch it, and then you're just going to turn it back over essentially. So you're going to do this and turn it back over, which fixes it, but your thumb is going to pinch it. So you're going to do this, pinch it, turn it back around, and then essentially you're going to put it over your hand, but you want this part of the elastic to also be over your thumb. So while you're pinching, you don't want to let go of it. You're going to bring that section kind of back up and around your thumb. And it's going to look like it's going all the way around your hand, but really it's kind of dirty on the back. Like you can see how choppy this looks, but that's because if I let go of it, it's just going to shoot, and it's going to end up coming around my hand. So again, the way this looks is you're going to bring it around, pinch it, turn it back around, and bring it around your hand so you get what looks like this. While you're pinching it, you're going to still bring this over your thumb. Okay, now what's going to happen is you're going to have more elastics on your wrist as well, and it's going to cover it on this angle so you don't see that this elastic is actually over here as well. And then you can grab somebody's hand and say, watch, 1, 2, 3, and it'll hop around their hand, which is pretty cool. So one more time in full motion, this is kind of what it looks like. So if we're setting it up, it takes 2 seconds to set up, it looks like that. So you wouldn't, like, when you get practice at this, it's just going to be boom, 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 and it's going to be done. And then you can go 1, 2, 3, and get it to hop around their hand. All right, so this is a bit of a classic, but some of the classics are always the best. This is called the Crazy Man Handcuffs. It's been around for a while, and I still do it all the time, where essentially you're going to take 2 elastics and you intertwine them on your fingers so you get something that looks like this, and essentially it won't come off that way, it won't come off the back, and it won't come off the front, but a little bit of rubbing, it almost looks like it melts right through, which looks really, really cool. This trick also takes a bit of practice, but I'm going to demonstrate this for you. Again, the over-the-shoulder shot is hopefully really helping for you guys. But if we take it, essentially what we're going to do is we're going to intertwine them through each of our fingers. So essentially you're going to start like this. You're going to take one elastic, you're going to put it around your thumb and your pointer finger, and you're going to pull it out like this. You're going to take the other elastic, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to intertwine them so they don't come apart, so they don't look like they come off anywhere. And then what you're doing is you're going to say, look, it doesn't come off this way, it doesn't come off the back, and it doesn't come off the front. But when I'm saying it doesn't come off the front, what I'm doing is I'm taking my middle finger, and as I'm pulling it back, I'm actually swapping out my pointer finger with my middle finger as I pull it back like this. So you won't see it because my hand kind of covers it. So essentially this is the most important move you're going to be doing right here, is getting used to the habit of saying, look, it won't come off that way, and then as I pull it back, I switch fingers. So now my middle finger is holding it. And then as I come back, and I say it won't come off this way, and you come to spring back, you're going to take your pointer finger, and where your thumb is holding onto the elastic, you're going to slip your finger under there, and you're going to grab this opening, and you're going to let go of it with your middle finger, and it's going to let it come right out of that loop. But you're going to do this really fast. So again, you're going to say it won't come off that way, and then in slow-mo, you're going to swap your finger out with your middle finger. Where your thumb connects, you're going to take your pointer, and you're going to swap it out. When you come back, it's going to do that. But in full motion, it looks really smooth, because again, in full motion, you wouldn't even notice the difference, and it happens so fast, just like that. This is a really good classic trick, so if you have to slow that down to get a better understanding of it, I would recommend doing so. If there's one good elastic trick to learn, it's definitely this one, because it's pretty cool. This trick I'm going to have to do with the camera that is over here, these 2 cameras. This trick, also really, really cool trick, where we basically... So this trick requires us to take both the elastics, and if you watch, I can take the middle elastics and I can actually bite them together. But at the same time, I can also bite them apart, which looks pretty cool. I hope you can see that on the camera there, because these are kind of dark. Now, the way this works is quite simple. Essentially, what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 elastics. You're going to put one through your pointer finger, like that. You're going to put one through your pinky finger, like that, and you're going to do the same with your other hand. You're going to intercross them both on the same, so you get what looks like this, which is a pretty easy setup all around. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb, and your thumb is going to grab this, and it's going to pull it down, and you're going to do something like this with both your thumbs. So I'll try and get it so the camera can see this a little better. So your thumb is going to grab the top one, or the second one down, so where it kind of goes underneath your pointer fingers, and it's going to grab it, and then you're going to bring it down, and you're going to grab the one that's just above the bottom one, and you're going to basically just loop them, just like that, really easy. So your thumb grabs this one, pulls it down, loop that one on the top. So you can see how they cross in the middle. And then you're going to replace your thumbs with your middle fingers. So you're just going to replace them like this, and then you're just going to close your hands. So from this side, you can kind of see some fishy looking stuff, but from this side, it looks really good. It looks normal. It looks like you've just got them looped over your 2 fingers. And then what you're doing is when you come in to bite it, you're just going to lip it off. So when you pull it back with your teeth, like this, when you're pulling it back, what's happening is you're actually pulling it off one of your fingers, just one side, and then you'll see that they cross in the middle. And then if I let go of the other side, you'll see they uncross. So again, so from the front, when I bite it, you're going to let your one finger off, and then you're going to let your other finger off when you bite it again, and it'll release it. So in full motion, this looks pretty cool. When I'm setting this up, what I do is, as I cross them between my fingers, I will turn my hands away from the audience so they don't see what I'm doing with my thumbs, because you can see from this angle, you can't actually see the setup that I just did, and it looks normal. And then you can bite it, pull it back, let it off the one side, and then bite it again, and then let it off the other side. Really simple, fun, cool elastic trick. All right, so for the last one, guys, This one is really, really cool. Normally I'd have a spectator for this one as well, but I think I'm just going to use my business card, and I'll try and get this to work the best that I can. You're going to have somebody fold your business card or some piece of paper in half. Doesn't have to be the best job in the world. And then what you're going to do is we're going to take the two elastics, we're going to intertwine them on my fingers yet again, and what we're going to do is we're going to loop it over the business card so it just kind of hangs off the bottom. And this is where I would have somebody pinch it, because this is going to be really hard to do by myself. And what I can do is, if you watch with a little bit of a wave, you begin to see it move up the elastic, and again with a little bit of a wave you begin to see it move up the elastic. And the last one, all I have to do is and it goes right to the top, which looks really, really cool. And it's great that the spectator can actually hold on to the front of the business card while this happens. This is a really cool way to interact with guests. There's nothing better than magic that can happen in your spectator's hands. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the two elastics and you're going to intertwine them on your pointer and your ring finger. Then you're going to do the same. You're going to bring your other hand over and you're going to intertwine them exactly the same. So just like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to need to bring the top elastic down to the bottom. And the way you're going to do this is you're going to grab it with your pinky. So essentially you're going to go with your hands flat, almost like this. So you're going to bring your pinky up and you're going to loop it through the bottom three. So you're going to grab those bottom three elastics, you're going to pull them out of the way. You're going to take the top one and you're going to loop it down like this. So essentially what you're doing, I'm going to try and get it so you guys can see this a little clear. It's hard from this angle. So again, your pinky is going to come up. It's going to grab these three elastics. You're going to pull them down. And then you're going to bring them, your pinkies back up, and you're going to grab that top elastic and you're essentially just going to pull it down so it's looped under your pinkies now. So essentially all you're doing is you're grabbing that top elastic with your pinkies and bringing them to the bottom. So hopefully that looks fairly easy. I'll do that one more time so hopefully you guys can see it. So again, you're going to bring those three down, you're going to bring your pinkies over them, and then you're going to just kind of flip them over like that. And then you're going to see you get this really weird looking setup. Now what you're going to do is you're going to replace where your pinkies are with your ring finger. So all you're really doing is you're going to pull your pinkies out. So what I suggest you doing is kind of like crab pinch both these fingers together. These ones right here, your pinky and your ring fingers. And then you're just going to pull them both through the same hole where your pinky's through. And you're going to pull it right through like this. And then what's going to happen is it's going to end up looping around your ring fingers, and then you're going to have to do the same for these last two. And what I mean by that is you're going to take your middle fingers, you're going to grab the next level up, you're going to put it through that one, and then you're going to take your pointer fingers and you're going to bring it through the last level at the top, and you're going to get this kind of setup that looks normal now. So again, this is a really confusing part, so I'm going to slow this down one more time for you guys. So you're going to take your pinkies, you're going to pull the three back ones down. So you're going to pull those three bottom ones out of the way, and then all you're going to do is put your pinkies up and flip. And that's going to put the top elastic down to the bottom. Then you're going to pull your pinky through while you're kind of crab clinching your two fingers together. You're going to let both those fingers go through that hole that your pinkies are holding that elastic. So just like that, and you're going to pinch it. And you're going to see there's a big offset now on the elastic. So you're going to use your other two fingers to fix the offset. So you can see right here how this one's kind of stuck between both of these fingers. So they're all kind of messed up right now. So your middle fingers will come in and they're going to grab the next level up and separate it. And then your pointer fingers are going to grab the last level and separate it. And then you can stretch them out and it'll look normal from the front. It'll look like this, which looks really good. And then when you have them loop your business card over the bottom elastic, essentially what's going to happen is you're just going to release the elastics one at a time, starting with your ring finger down here. So if I release it, you're going to see it's going to look like it hops up a level, but really they're just switching places. And again, the same thing's going to happen when I do this. So if we release one side, you'll see it only does halfway, and then it'll go the rest of the way, and then the last one it'll hop right to the top, which looks really cool. Now this is going to take a lot of practice. The way I set this up is the exact same way I set up the last trick where I bite them together, but instead you're just going to turn sideways. You're going to do the exact same thing, and that's how fast you can set it up. With a little bit of practice, I swear it's that quick. I can already be done, just like that, and you're all good to go already. So one more quick time to hopefully give you a really good comprehensive breakdown of this is you're going to put it through your pointer and your ring. You're going to bring it through on both sides. Your pinkies are going to come up. They're going to grab the top elastics. So you're going to grab the three bottom ones. You're going to loop it over your top, the pinky, and you're going to get this weird looking setup. Hopefully you can replicate this fairly easy. And then all you're going to do is replace your pinkies with your middle or your ring fingers. and that's going to screw the setup up and make it look really funny looking. And then you're going to basically bring your middle fingers, grab the next level up, and your pointer fingers are going to grab that last top level. And then you're going to get this weird looking setup from your angle, but from this angle it looks fine. And then you're just going to progressively let go of them one at a time, and it'll work its way all the way to the top. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this comprehensive breakdown. Really quick, fun elastic tutorials. Thanks so much again for purchasing from KyleLivingston.ca. If you guys have any questions, concerns, things that you might want to point out, always feel free to shoot me an email, go to my Facebook, YouTube, comment. Let me know whatever you guys want to hear from me. I'm more than open to help you with any suggestions. Thanks so much again, guys. Stay cool, and I will see you on the flip side.